Many of you have probably seen MandR Productions' video, Everything Wrong with LEGO Star Wars. And that video got me thinking about what I personally see as the biggest issue with LEGO Star Wars right now, and that is the lack of Clone Wars sets in recent years. MandR did briefly touch upon this in his video just ever so slightly, but I feel like this is something that needs further discussion. So in this video, I'm not going to just whine about wanting more Clone Wars sets, but I'm actually going to talk about why we absolutely need a Clone Wars wave. Back in 2013, things were great. We had a ton of sets themed around Episode 2 and the Clone Wars. We got 501st clones, the Headhunter pilot, the horribly inaccurate 212th Trooper that I don't have but I'm representing here, the Captain Rex, and a minifigure version of all the different ranks of Episode 2 clones, from normal trooper to commander, even including a pilot. This was a great variety of clone troopers, gave you something to collect, gave you a reason to buy all the sets so you could get the full rank of Phase 1 clones, or if you wanted to build up your 501st army. 2013 was just an incredible year for clone troopers. In 2014, it just got better. We got a proper 212th Trooper, our first Airborne Trooper, a Kashyyyk Trooper, a 41st Elite Scout, and those four available in battle packs, a Shock Trooper, a Wolf Pack Trooper, a 91st Reconnaissance Trooper, a V-Wing Pilot, which I don't have but am representing here with Captain Jag, a Commander Gree, and an incredible new version of a regular Phase 2 Clone Trooper. This was just overall an amazing wave of Clone Troopers. We got some updated figures and new clones that we had never had before. In my personal opinion, 2013 and 2014 were the height of LEGO Star Wars, Clone Wars in particular. There was just so much variety, and all of the clones had an insane level of quality. Then, in 2015, we didn't get many clones. There was a Phase 1 pilot, which was just an update of the 2013 version, a Phase 2 pilot, a lieutenant, which again was just an update of the 2013 one, and two types of Geonosis troopers. And while not a lot, I totally understood not having a ton of clones this year. We just had 2 years with a lot of different clone troopers, so having an off year made sense, and especially with The Force Awakens coming out this year, LEGO needed some space in the lineup to focus on other eras. 2016 was another slow year in terms of clone troopers, with the only ones being re-releases of Commander Gree, the 41st Scout, and the Kashyyyk Trooper. But again, it made sense to take some time off from clone troopers, especially since the new movies were coming out, and again, we had those crazy years in 2013 and 2014, so just kind of taking the foot off the gas a little bit more in 2016 made sense, in my opinion. 2017 is where I have issues, though. It was a very poor year for LEGO Clone Troopers. We only got the Phase 2 Gunner, and while he is a great figure, only having one clone was very disappointing. It had been 3 years since the last Clone Focus wave, so it felt like we were in need of at least a little bit more than we had been getting the past couple years. But we didn't get it, and I could still kind of understand this since there were still new movies coming out, but only having one clone trooper in the entire year was a huge letdown. I had hope for 2018, 4 years since our last Clone Focus wave. It was time, but yet again, no dice. We got the Clone and Jedi Battle Pack in the summer, and that was it. A barely updated version of the Episode 2 clone from 2013. Back-to-back years of only one clone was a huge disappointment. I was hoping that 2019 would bring us at least a few more clone troopers, even if it was just a few, like 2015. 2019 brought us the AT-AP and Droid Gunship remakes, along with the 20th anniversary AT-RT. But only two of these sets had clones, and they were both re-releases of 2014 figures, Commander Gree and the 41st Scout. Although the 41st Scout did have some slightly updated printing. Still though, only two clones was a huge letdown. However, there was a lot of hope and hype for 2020 with Season 7 of the Clone Wars coming out, and the possibility of a new Clone Wars wave. 2020 proved a mixed year for clones. We got the 501st Battle Pack, which was great. It had the updated 501st clone and the first ever appearance of the 501st Jet Trooper, and we also got the 332nd Trooper in the AAT. And then the fourth clone was the updated Airborne Trooper, which I do not have because I refused to buy that terrible set. And with Season 7, it was nice to have a few sets with clones over the summer, but only having 4 clones in a year with the final season of the Clone Wars was a huge missed opportunity for LEGO, not to mention the lack of a Phase 2 Cody. It just bewilders me how LEGO wouldn't capitalize on the hype and release more Clone Wars sets when the final season just came out earlier in the year. Some people thought we'd see clones in the winter and spring waves of 2021, myself included. But if the rumors prove true, we won't have a single Clone Wars set. Not even a prequel set. There's just nothing. So that brings me to the point I'm trying to make with this video. Including the first half of 2021, it has been 7 years since we've had a Clone Wars themed wave. 7 years. There are always people who say, we get clone sets every year, you have plenty, we don't need a whole wave. The thing is, we don't have plenty. I may have missed a clone here or there, but just looking at the numbers I brought up in the video, we haven't had a year with more than 5 clones since 2014. The most clones we've had since then was 5 in 2015, just a year after. There is a huge demand for Clone Wars sets right now. People that grew up with the show are either in high school or young adults now. They have jobs. They have money that they want to spend on LEGO Clone Wars sets, but LEGO just hasn't been providing them. And when they do, they're often unwanted re-releases, like the AT-AP or Droid Gunship. We need a Clone Wars wave. There's simply no denying it anymore. It's a simple fact. It's been 7 years. It's time. We need a Clone Wars wave.